Hi guys, my name is Lily and I'm going to talk about the Fujifilm finepix Z10 camera that I have here with me. It is my current favorite camera to use. I'm going to talk about a few things that I love about this camera, give you a little tour of the different features and stuff that it has, and hopefully you will consider this if you're looking for a beginner and budget-friendly camera. So the first thing that I like about this camera is the way that it actually turns on. There's not any. This is the button to actually take a picture, but there's no other like on button up here where it usually would be. So the way that this turns on is that you slide this part open, it reveals the actual camera and the flash, and hopefully you heard that it made a little sound when it turned on, and I'm gonna turn this around here. As you can see, it's on now, and if I close it, it's off. So I think that's a pretty cool feature beyond just being a digital camera. It's a nice little extra pizzazz that the camera has. It also comes in cool colors, like this one's in orange. I've seen it in pink and blue and black, so I think it's nice that it has different colors besides just being silver. I also like this camera, or the series in general, just because it has different types of cameras. So this is the Fujifilm, I'm pretty sure this is still the finepix. Yeah, it is. So right here it says finepix. This is the Fujifilm finepix, but it's a little scraped off here, but it's waterproof, shockproof, dustproof, freeze-proof, so a lot of things, and it's because it has this extra case around it. As you can see, it's a little bit bigger. There's this extra like metal and all this stuff over here. I've actually got to try it out, but I love that it comes in this version because I love this camera so much, but I'm very scared to take it into situations where it could get damaged. So places where this part of the screen could get scratched, probably not gonna bring it, aka the beach. I don't want it to be scratched at the beach. I don't want it to be near water if I'm, taking pictures at a pool or whatever. So I'm not gonna like bringing this to places where it could get damaged because I love it so much. Okay, so I'm gonna look on my computer real quick. I do see some of these cameras going for $100, which is kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie, because I bought mine for pretty cheap. But I think the ones that are more expensive are like the pink one. So if you've shopped around for digital cameras before, usually the pink version of any camera is going to be more expensive just because it's pink, to be honest. So I'm going to look up Fujifilm finepix Z10, and let's see. So okay, maybe digital camera prices have gone up since I last saw, but I still see some in here for like $50. Yeah, I think, if I'm being honest, I think these are kind of going for around $70 to $80 nowadays, especially if it comes with like the battery, the charger, like a bundle type of deal. But I think you can still find some that are still a good price, like, $30 to $50. It's just like someone who's owned this camera before and wants to sell it on eBay. Like I do see some for like $50 and still for $30. So I still think that the camera is a good price and a good like starting camera to have, in my opinion. But oh my god, shipping is really what's expensive. Now I'm gonna give you a tour of this camera. So as I said, the way to turn it on is to just slide it. I'm gonna go to first the menu section. Let's see. All right, so I think it's just automatically on auto. I like to have it on manual a lot just so I can change a lot of the overrides. Or natural is a pretty good one because it's like shooting with flash and without. So if you want to get like 2-in-1 if you're not sure you want it. But I like that like it explains every single setting that it has in here. I like museum mode especially. I don't know if I already passed it. Oh, here it is. I like museum mode because it turns the flash, sound, all this stuff off immediately without you needing to like go in it. So I think that that's a nice setting to have. Party, there's flower. I don't really TBH like know all the different ones, but I usually just use auto and natural or manual and museum, and that kind of does the job for me. So going back to the camera, it's really easy to understand where the flash is. There's a flash icon, it explains it every single time that you switch between different settings of what the flash is doing. You can also turn timers on, 10 seconds, 2 seconds, or off. You can also, I believe, do close-up shots or turn it off. So I like that, like, every button you're pressing down here is essentially giving you a little description of what you're doing. You can also go and change the quality. And then based off of your storage, it will tell you how many frames you can get from how much storage you have on your SD card. So like I could get, let's say if I do 7M, TBH, I don't really know what these mean, but it means I get 252 of them. So, yeah, I assume these are going to be lower quality because I get more frames. And as you go up, this is probably going to be the best quality up here because I only get 252 of them. But I usually am shooting on the highest quality or something up there because I regularly take out my SD card and put it into my computer. So I don't really care if I'm reaching like the max because I am going to be taking it off the card anyway. Also, sorry if you can hear any like honking or beeping. I live in New York City, so it's just loud outside all the time. Alright, so now I'm gonna talk about maybe a few extra things that you could get if you are going to get a beginner camera. One is a camera bag to put it in. So I have this very cute Totoro bag, a little fuzzy here, and I have the charger inside. I like that it has this little pouch area because I am, again, scared of scratching the screen. So I like to put that in there like that. And then another thing that I think I recommend is actually getting an adapter. So I have this USB-C adapter for a SD card. This is the SD card side, but it also does like, I forget what it's called, like TF, which are in some older cards, this really tiny one. Yeah, I haven't really used these two as much. I've used this MS one before on like a super old camera. And then if you really have the really tiny ones, you can put that there too, but usually I'm just using this SD side and plugging the USB-C into my computer. So I think you should get a adapter like this that has a bunch of different options. So then you can buy like old, new cameras and then adapt them all. Also work with the USB-C and USB. So that's another thing that I highly recommend. I also want to quickly talk a few quirks that the camera has. I don't think they're anything that would like stop someone to like getting this camera. I just do want to call it out. One is with most digital old cameras is that they're not supposed to be using like super high storage cards. So the one that I'm currently using is 2 gigabytes, and I think 2 gigabytes is usually what people recommend for these older digital cameras that at the time, you know, maybe we're not using 1 terabyte or like 200 or like, I don't even know, like those high storage cards are not going to work on your older digital, secondhand digital cameras. So just stick with 2 gigabytes, maybe 4, maybe 8, but like I use 2 gigabytes, and I usually find that like I can go to multiple events, take pictures many times before I like need to take those pictures off my camera and then delete them and clear my storage. So 2 gigabytes, don't go too crazy with that. It will actually be worse for your camera if you do. So I wanted to call that out. It's not unique to the Fujifilm finepix. I think it's something you're gonna find with most older cameras anyway. So I just want to call that out. I think the other thing I want to call out as well is like when the camera dies and the battery life. So I don't think the battery life is like phenomenal on this. I definitely am like, before an event, I'm like, ooh, I gotta like charge my camera up before I go. But then it lasts the entire time at the event. It's just like, I don't know, like I don't trust that like if I went to event A and then my camera has been sitting there, battery in or battery out, either way personally. Event B is happening here. If I go to event B with my camera but I didn't charge it beforehand, yeah, it's probably gonna die. I'm gonna get like one good picture and then someone's gonna be like, oh, your camera's dying, and I'm gonna be like, no. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. You have to like charge it up before you go to every event, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles with the older camera that probably doesn't have the best battery life. But I think it's fine because it lasts through the event that I'm trying to go to, and that's what matters to me. The third thing I'm going to say that is like honestly the tiniest quirk is that I think the settings reset. So like if you like make a bunch of settings and then you go into your camera the next time and it's been a while, I think the settings reset after it dies or something like that. Well, obviously after it dies, but like every time I'm coming in, it's like asking me what's the date. And so a lot of my cameras will be dated like 2007, 2 a.m. because I just don't care to put the date correctly to be 2025. Every single time I have to like go into this camera and it's like asking me. So it's kind of annoying, but it's honestly just like 3 clicks on the way through and then I can take pictures in it again. So I think that's kind of a weird quirk that it has. I don't know why it's not able to kind of like store that information. I bet it's because like if it dies, that information is just gone and it's not storing that anywhere. And so like every single time you have to go in, you have to set the date. And I think that's okay because from my camera's perspective, it's 2007 all the time. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, okay, so I think that's all I wanted to say about my current favorite camera, and hopefully it will be someone else's favorite camera as well. If you're interested in buying it, I would go to eBay personally is where I found most luck. But I also do want to show you guys some pictures that I've taken with it. So I'll just throw some pictures at the end of this video. Okay, cool. Thanks for watching. Bye.